Thank you for watching Mature Living. I'm Mary Yanez, Director of the Senior Adult Program, and this program just is so great that we are highlighting today the Senior Adult Program art students and faculty. We've had an art exhibit during the month of April at the International Museum of Art titled Grand Gallery of Senior Art. And so we want to talk to a couple of our instructors that are involved, very involved in the organizing and coordinating of this event. We always want to highlight our students, whether they're in the music or dance. And so we've invited for the art, a couple of our art faculty, Dorian Clauser, who's here. Thank you for being here with us, Dorian. And of course, Rosa Maria Burgos.
Thank you, Mary. It's
and we
pleasure.
have a couple of other instructors that were involved in this wonderful art exhibit. That is Anita Parada, who teaches China painting, and then also Mr. Gavino Gutierrez, who teaches the welding. A wonderful exhibit. But let's start with Dorian and Rosa Maria. Tell me a little bit about what you teach and how you teach, and you'll be teaching in the summer as well, right?
Yes. So I've taught about 5.5 years, and I was an art teacher for 34 years before I was a teacher with the Senior Adult Program. And I teach a drawing class, which goes into different kinds of media and drawing material and different kinds of papers so that they can work with black pencil, ink, charcoal. They can work with color, like colored pencils, pastel, maybe a little bit of mixed media even, so they put in some paper collage or a little bit of acrylic paint or something like that. And I teach a portrait class, and that originally was kind of oil and acrylic and maybe watercolor. And sometimes when someone comes in, they're not ready to invest in all of that, but they also don't know what they know. So they want to draw their grandkids, or they want to draw their mom or dad or something like that. And we start with pencil, maybe colored pencil or charcoal, and then they build into what they see other people do. And so they go, I think I can try that.
That's good.
So we do oil and acrylic and watercolor. And people have really enjoyed taking the classes. So many times people take it over and over again. And though we have a curriculum and we have an 8-week plan, we meet for 3 hours, the idea is that they come up with what they want to do and we work with that.
Super. And Mrs. Burgos, you've been with the program for how many years?
Almost 40 years, Mary.
How many?
Almost 40 years.
40 years.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
That is so great. And of course,
quite
your
a journey.
your students love you. And tell me what you teach.
Well, thank you, Mary. I always also loved all my students. Has been a journey. I teach acrylic, watercolors, and some online now, and oil painting. And also I have done a little bit of more of the charcoal as well with some of the students. There has been a variety, but basically it's acrylic, oils, and watercolors.
Are the students excited about having their art shown in a real art gallery? This is our second year there at the International Museum.
Yes, absolutely. Well, really, when we started really at the community of San Elizario, I remember, and they were all excited, and then we went to the Trans Mountain campus in the auditorium, and now that's what you're asking right now, the excitement of participating in a gallery like International Museum of Art, which is exposure for the whole community. They are really excited, very, I think they're very proud of themselves, and I try to encourage them because they have done a really amazing work. Some of them, we have them, like Dorian said, we have for many years, and even more than you have been here. They have been with the program, and they have developed their art amazingly. So they have been seeing the progress and how they started and how they are now, and now sharing their artwork not only with the family and friends, but the community. So we're really very, very proud and happy.
And what we want to do is we want to encourage people to appreciate the arts, to go to the museums, to create awareness that the arts are very important.
Some
Dorian,
of these people have never been in the museum.
and there's many galleries in that museum. Emily Leeds is the director, a young woman with a lot of energy and so welcoming. You know her because you have had exhibits there in watercolor in Europe with your associations. And tell us a little bit about the interaction with Emily and the South Gallery, where our art was exposed, like is exhibited.
Yes.
And that interaction.
Well, Emily is a native of El Paso, and she went to Massachusetts for schooling. So we're very lucky to have her here, and we hope that she'll be a director for a good while because she has family right here in El Paso.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of enthusiasm. She's in love with having the art in the gallery. And the gallery, there's places where exhibits change. And so there's the permanent section, and there's the area that we have work for a month. And so the senior exhibit for the senior adult program is up until the Sunday of April the 21st. Then there'll be the change to something else, but we've been there for that time.
I wanted to ask you, and I keep going, I want to ask you something. We have it's a juried art exhibit.
Yes.
Can you tell us about the judge, a little bit about the judge and the mediums, and then we'll go back and forth on the mediums.
Ellie Catherine Smith is our judge, and she's been part of the Rio Bravo Watercolor Society for about 6 years. She was a counselor in the Socorro Independent School District, and I knew her at America's High School. That's one of the ways I came to know her. And so she's a wonderful watercolorist. She has a piece in the show, and in a program, there's a piece of her art exhibited in that as well. So we're very pleased to have her. I think she did a great deal of work selecting, a lot of time spent, and she wrote something on each first place of what she had as a way of saying, what did you do, and why did it touch her heart?
Yes.
You know?
In her selections, who are some of the mediums and winners? Maybe we can talk a little bit about that.
Well, the best of show.
Yes, I would like to tell them because this is one of my students.
There's always a best of show,
beautiful.
first, second, and third in a different
in a different category. Yes, exactly. And so this student hasn't win before, and so her name is Deborah Kiesel, and she won the best of show with one of the acrylic art. She was my advanced. And now I'm teaching her online, but it has been quite amazing, her development, her artistic, talent. So I was very, very proud. Not only that, she won third place on the beginners as well. So the judge doesn't know, of course, but attracts the style of the artist or the execution of the painting. So I was very excited.
So you had many students that participated and had entries.
Yes, of
course. Each student had 2 entries.
They had the possibility of that in each class.
In each class,
okay. So we have the artistic welding, we have the China painting, we have drawing, portrait, and acrylics. And we had one online class of watercolor. Yes. So when they are in the contest, if they have been in a class, they can put 2 works in the show. If they're in more than one class, they can have 2 per class. So some people did have multiple entries.
Super. And so we've had a lot of winners. About how many total?
We had 31 people enter the show specifically, and we had 81 pieces of art of student work. We have the judge having 1 piece of art, and the instructors each had 1 or more pieces. So we had 11 instructor pieces. So we had 92 pieces in the show.
Excellent, excellent. And I'm sure that the International Museum of Art was pleased that we filled that gallery.
Yes.
Whew.
And we bring a lot of people, because when they come and when we have an award ceremony, they bring their family and friends, and then they're proud of themselves. Some of these people have not ever framed their art, matted their work, seen it in a finished way. So I'm very proud that we create a professional experience, the real experience of being in a museum. And when they see their work up on the wall, and with ribbons and with people there seeing it. And it's lit. You know, it's a really great gallery space.
Yes.
We say that the International Museum of Art is the People's Museum because it's there for the people. And when they see their work up like that, it is a dream come true. Several of my students said, I can't believe it looks so professional, matted and framed. They have only seen it in their sketchbook. Or,
That's right.
You know, they've only done it for a semester. And so not all of them are at the same place. We're at different levels along the way. But they're all very proud to have been in the show.
Amazing.
And I want to thank you all. And I want to thank also our other two
All the teamwork,
faculty members.
faculty.
We had a lot of volunteers to thank.
And
Yeah,
also-
She
who
had
do you
several
want to thank?
students.
Is my last question.
Yes, one of my students that were offered volunteer, and I really appreciate their work. They did wonderful. Ms. Armida Wilkie and Connie Lichlitter. So they knew what the work has to be done, so I was really very grateful. Of course, there are some volunteers also in the program that you have, and the staff and all the wonderful new stuff that you have as well. They're very
Very
wonderful.
good.
We appreciate your staff.
And you know,
Appreciate.
we've gone from handwriting lists to the laptops.
Oh, yes.
So we
The
have to have
Excel,
that transition as well.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you want to thank also Terry. We want to thank Terry
Terry
Delgado, Irlanda Maxi from the college,
Betty,
Betty.
the volunteers in
Betty,
their
yes,
office.
yes.
and all the other
Ontiveros.
volunteers, Hector, and there's so many. I didn't even make the list, but we do want to thank also the museum, Alare,
Yes.
and of course Emily Leeds, the director.
Emily.
And Emily hung the show along with a volunteer that came in. I believe his name was Brian. And it was going to be someone else, and his wife broke her ankle, so he couldn't do it.
Okay, so we do want to remember all our volunteers because we can't do it without them. We hosted our beautiful reception where we give the awards and the presentations and the judges there, and it was a beautiful event. And so we want to continue this. We hope that you all are willing to put in all that work and time. And I'm telling you, Dorian did a lot of typing.
Oh my goodness, she did.
And we hope that we can make it better each year.
We thank
Yes.
you, Mary, because you have had the
Absolutely.
heart and desire, the dream, the expectation of wanting this to be professional. It's one of the things that you do with your Love Conference and the Grandparents' Day and stuff,
Oh, a lot of
because you
activities.
get everyone to participate. You get
Absolutely.
the dancers to dance, and the ballroom dancing, and the jazzercise, and the women, and the different kinds of musical groups, and that's what this is. This is a time to shine for people who do a very independent, quiet thing,
Yes.
art. And I really appreciate
Oh,
your heart
absolutely.
and soul
Thank
in
you.
this
We have
program.
absolutely.
I just
Mary,
want to say
thank
one
you.
last thing. Summer schedule. Registration for the art classes. And all of our classes for the senior adult program is going to start on May the 6th. It's a Monday. That's registration, first day of registration. We register all through the month of May. Classes will start at the end of May, I believe the 30th of May, and all through, of course, June.
Beginning of June.
So
yes,
we
the
want to
third.
invite everybody to call us at 915-831-7801 so we can give you more information on summer registration. So you can take
Thank
some of these
you.
classes with
Thank
our
you.
wonderful faculty, art faculty. Thank you.
Thank you,
being
Mary,
here.
for the invitation.
And we'll see you in a minute with more guests. Well, thank you for continuing to join us here on Mature Living. I'm Mary Yanez, Director of the Senior Adult Program, and we have a treasure to talk about today that exists here in El Paso at 1211 Montana. And we're talking about the International Museum of Art. And with us, we've invited a wonderful director and collaborator and partner with the Senior Adult Program this year and last year too. Mm-hmm. We have Emily Leeds, who is the director of the International Museum of Art. Thank you for being with us.
Oh, Mary, it's a pleasure to be here today. I cannot wait to just share more about our lovely museum and how excited we are to partner with the SAP program again, because those people have some amazing art on display. Very, very talented. They blow me away every single time their work comes in.
And they're learning.
and they're learning too. I mean, it's just so wonderful that we can be a community space where emerging artists, people who are finally practicing art or even learning for the first time, can go in and share and bring their whole friends and families to celebrate it.
Oh,
it's very
wonderful.
Special to me.
Thank you for opening the doors to our Senior Adult Program students and art faculty. And this is our second year over there, and you are so welcoming. But I want people to get to know you because tell us a little bit about your growing years, your education, what
Mary,
you accomplished.
I know we've talked about this, but I'm a EPCC graduate myself. I'm an El Pasoan born and raised, graduating from Valle Verde Early College in 2015, where I earned my associates alongside my high school diploma. From there, I went to Simmons University in Boston, Massachusetts, where I earned a degree in arts administration, and this is a hybrid degree. I studied, oh my goodness, fine studio arts, art history, marketing, as well as business courses specifically for nonprofits, with the idea that having experience in all of these different realms, as disconnected as they may seem, coming back gives me all the skills and tools I need to work in an art museum.
Well, I'm glad there was an opening, and I'm glad you're back to El Paso.
Every day's a blessing to just be do what I love, for the people I love.
And the community, what does it mean to you, this community, to come back? What is it all about?
It's about my home. El Paso is such a special place to be from. There's nowhere on earth or anywhere that is more welcoming, kinder, that puts its heart first and embraces everyone no matter what they are.
And you know, when you leave town and you experience other cities in other parts of the country, you kind of appreciate.
You come back and you really, really feel how much love this city has for everyone in it. Yeah. You know, everyone's your mija, your honey.
Your mija, yes.
That was honestly one of the biggest culture shocks moving to Boston. It's like, wait, why didn't the cashier tell me I'm a mija? Was I bad? But really, this is so much about community and celebrating everything that makes us such a unique and special city. Being able to work with El Paso Community College and the Senior Adult Program shows that art is for everybody.
Yes.
The work that some of the students bring in, it's paintings of their grandchildren, and paintings of their summer homes, and you really feel the love and the care and the pure intentions that they bring into that. And everyone who comes to see it feels it too, and they leave inspired, they leave excited, and they are just ready to go out and make more art.
Wonderful. One of the things that I appreciate when I visit your museum are the docents and the volunteers, and of course, the tour that you've provided.
Yes.
Give us a little history of the International Museum.
You mean my favorite part of my job?
I know you do a wonderful job.
So the International Museum of Art, located at 1211 Montana Avenue, has been part of our city for over 100 years. It is actually a custom Henry Trost design that was opened to a family to live in 1909. It was a private residence from the early 1900s through the 40s, and at the death of the husband of the family, it was actually converted. The woman donated it to the city to become our first art museum. Her intention, Mrs. Iva Guthrie Turney, the original owner of the home, her intention was that this would always be a home for the arts, and we are so proud to continue that legacy.
It's wonderful, and it's still standing.
Still standing.
There was a special lady, though, that after
Mrs. Turney. So the museum's always been a part of our community and has always been community-driven. After Iva donated it, and this building will operate as the El Paso Museum of Art, now the museum downtown.
That's right.
While that transition was happening, the building was under threat and was almost seized to become a private office building. So we would have unfortunately ended up just like the rest of Montana. Beautiful, gorgeous homes with no one to enjoy them. I can't go enjoy them. But luckily for us, a very influential El Paso businesswoman stepped in, Mrs. Deanne Miller. She was actually, I like to call her an early beauty guru.
Yes.
She made her fortune as a cosmetic woman and making her own line of makeup for the White House department stores here.
And she helped to preserve.
And
to
she
continue.
did. When she heard the city's plans, she said, that is not happening. She went in and she reached out to all of her friends, her family members. She spoke to the city and she donated a huge portion of her own fortune to make sure that Mrs. Turney's will was always honored.
Very good.
We're thrilled to be continuing that legacy today. And I think shows like the one our Grand Gallery of Senior Art is exactly the legacy that Mrs. Miller and Mrs. Turney wanted to build.
We're fulfilling your mission,
We
right?
are.
And so the museum is a nonprofit.
Yes, ma'am.
So you raise funds and you lease spaces. And
Yes.
do you have a board of directors?
Yes, we do. We do have a board of directors. We like to call it a community-driven space. Everything made possible at our museum, it comes to us directly from our community. We're funded by our members, our donors, our community partners like El Paso Community College. We're partnering together to be able to share our space and share community work.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And that board of directors is an active, hardworking board.
They are.
I've seen them in the
They
museum
are.
in action.
Yes, everyone on our team wears many, many hats, but we're here because we love it and we see the potential and how much love that this building has for us.
I'm curious to know if you're accepting volunteers,
Yes,
how you keep it going with just a couple of, yourself and a couple of staff members.
Yes, so it is all through volunteers. It's we recently just launched an intern program with the UTEP's Museum Studies.
Yes.
So we have actual students from El Paso coming in and learning, getting hands-on experience for their careers. We also have partnered with Boy Scouts, other organizations such as the Rock and Cactus Club. They've helped donate some free rescued cacti to our museum, which we really appreciate. But we are always looking for our community to get involved. Believe me, we do. To learn more, you can find us on. Send us an email at international.art.museum to find out about either joining the board or becoming a volunteer.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to help with that with our
Yes.
viewers.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll entice them into calling you. And
even if you just have questions, you can find more. Just shoot us a quick email at international.art.museum@gmail.com.
very good. Tours. Do you give group tours?
Yes, we do.
Are they popular?
Yes,
How long does it take?
So we have two different options for tours. Everyone is able to come in during our operating hours and ask for a history tour. Those take about 20 minutes. We'll share more history about our beautiful historic home and how it transformed into the museum we know it today. But we also do tours for groups and for schools, community programs like that, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. For that, please just give us a call or an email. You can call us at 915-543-6747 or again, international.art.museum, and we can help set that up.
Wonderful. I'm wondering what your goals are for growth for this museum, your vision as a director, as a young director.
You have time for that?
Yeah. Let's shoot it. Maybe one or two.
Art is for everybody, and that is what this museum is really the core of everything we do at this museum. Is art is for everyone. It is a space we like to call ourselves the People's Museum. This should be a space where everyone can come in, share their art, share their love, share their histories, their cultures, and celebrate what makes us unique here.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you about the schedule.
Oh, my word.
Can you tell me a little bit about your schedule?
Yes, we have so many exciting events. Everything we have planned is free and open to the public. Your friends, your family, bring everyone to the museum.
Yes.
Our next upcoming event will be on April 27th and 28th from 10 to 5 on Saturday, 10 to 4 on Sunday. We're partnering with Las Artistas, a local art group, to share a free spring art market. They're bringing in all kinds of local jewelers, potters, painters, artisans. Great place to get your Mother's Day shopping done while also supporting local artisans in the area.
Wonderful.
That again, free and open to the public, the 27th and 28th.
And you've got a whole slew of events coming up, a whole schedule. And people can call for that schedule.
Yes, they can call for that. They can also find us on Facebook. Just look up International Museum of Art, or on Instagram, IMOAEP.
Wonderful. You know, visitors can expect a wonderful tour. They can expect to see some of the upcoming events.
Yes.
And I know they probably will contact you. I hope that we can entice our audience to become lovers of art.
Oh, I think they
appreciators
are. Appreciators are, and you know, those are the most important people.
Yes.
Without the appreciators, we don't have anyone. You know, it was so special seeing the Grand Gallery of Art open, because we'd have the participants and they would bring like 4 carloads of their families in. And just everyone was...
The grandkids.
The grandkids, the tias, the cousins, everyone. And that's really what this museum's about.
Grandma's exhibiting her art, and she won
wonderful.
a prize, and she got first prize, or best of show.
Or just to see the grandkids come back and see them in the painting, and see these family memories being captured and remade.
Is there anyone or any group that you would like to thank at this time? And we still have a little time, few minutes left in this interview, and who has helped you through your career?
Yeah,
and,
I am so blessed for my board of directors. They are a phenomenally driven group of people who have provided me with so much mentorship and guidance in bringing this museum forward. I'm so thankful for all of our local artists who continue to show with us and who come visit, the families who bring in and try it out, and all of our other community partners. I've only been with the museum, if you can believe it, 2 years.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
But every single group we've come in contact with has made such a great impact on us, and we're so excited to keep sharing our museum.
And are you open for donations? Maybe someone has a painting that is really old, and it used to be grandma's, but they don't know, you know, maybe it doesn't fit in the decor of the young people, but they need to, it's a treasure, or treasures that we find, right?
And we can definitely help with that.
You do.
Yes, we can help with that.
And evaluate.
We don't do the evaluations, but we can go ahead and either provide a couple names of people who do the appraisal services, or if they are interested in gifting it, we have a board-reviewed process that helps ensure that we are going to be the best home for that object, because that's why they're sharing it, is because they see its value and want everyone to have it.
Are you going to have any activities in the little theater? I love that theater.
You love the theater? Not quite yet, but we do have some really exciting programs for May. We have 2 musical performances. In May, we'll be exploring Impressionism throughout the museum with a local exhibit from an artist who is an Impressionist herself, Nina C. Walker. That one is on view May 4th through the 25th. And on May 5th, what I'm most excited for is we're going to be offering a free opera performance in our 1909 historic home.
Wow.
I know.
That is nice.
I cannot wait.
Is this a first?
This will be our second partnership with the El Paso Opera. We'll be sharing a brief lecture on Impressionism before they do some songs from their upcoming performance, which is inspired by the movements. But everyone is welcome for a lovely, relaxing day in the museum to see some great Impressionist art, hear some music, and just learn more about this.
We'll have to invite you again to tell us what's coming up in June, July, August.
All the rest of the year.
And the rest of the year.
I know, we have some great things, but thank you for having me today.
Very good. Well, we appreciate that you take time out of the museum. You're busy, I know, and you're open on your hours.
Yes, we are open Thursdays 1 to 5, Friday through Sunday noon to 5.
Very good. Well, we look forward to a great, anything else that...
just come and give us a visit. Yes, we have so much we can't wait to share with our community.
Very good. Thank you so much. Emily Leeds?
Yes.
She is the director and curator of the International Museum of Art. Emily Leeds, thank you for
Mary.
being with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. And we'll see you all next week. We hope you've enjoyed this program, talking about the arts, talking about students, talking about how we need to appreciate and embrace our art. El Paso is such a loving community, and we certainly hope you visit the International Museum of Art. See you next week.